Okay, it's recording. That's good. Well, it's been a while.
Indeed it has.
I don't even know how long. I don't have anything where I can check, but it's been I don't know, like what, 3 or 4 months, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a long time.
Since the culling of your PC.
Yep. To be fair, I could have probably, recorded for a while now, but yeah. I had to make sure that it wasn't gonna fucking die again.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, really, because don't want to go through that again. But anyway, everybody, welcome back to the fucking podcast.
Welcome back.
We don't have our profile picture set because this is kind of just the hey, we're back thing, you know. Also, I didn't want to, and I don't really care. You know, this is
my
just
name's close enough anyway.
Yeah, I don't even think my name is appearing on the doodad. No,
anyway.
I was worried about it.
How has your week been, Rocky?
My week has been what even is today? Fucking Saturday?
Yep.
Without any sort of schedule, I have no fucking clue what day it is. So if we don't play D&D or whatever, I don't have no idea. But it's been busy, to say the least. What about you?
My week's been a typical week. Not too stressful. Well, it was on Monday, because I had my driver's test, but unfortunately, I believe the person who was supposed to teach me was abducted by aliens or something, because they just did not show up.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Either way, I got another test scheduled for November 21st, so here's hoping they actually show up this time.
Yeah, really. It seems as though in a lot of cases when it comes to like anything to do with the government, they're like, yeah, no, well, we'll get to that, you know.
We'll get there when we get there, I guess.
Yeah, really.
Maybe.
That's how they are. I don't know why.
Yeah. But yeah, Halloween's come and gone, sadly. No, I already miss it.
I miss it as well. Halloween is my favorite holiday. We had a Halloween party. It was fun. I was the highwayman, and I have to say, I feel like out of all of the costumes, it was probably Shan and Cody had like the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, because like Cody's costume was like spot on for jacket.
Amazing. We should have some pictures pop up as well, like.
No, don't make me edit. I don't.
Now that I've mentioned it, you have to.
No, people, just use your imaginations. Nobody does that anymore. Just use your imagination. Just imagine what we were. I was the highwayman. Take with that what you will. If you don't know what the highwayman is, well, just imagine a highwayman. That's it. That's what I was for Halloween. Michael was Sans. He's technically cheating because, you know, you can see his costume in his profile picture there.
Hello.
Jacob was Chubba Conroy. Chugga Conroy? What the fuck was his name?
Chugga Conroy.
Chugga Conroy. I still don't know who that is. Some guy.
Chubba Conroy.
Chubba Conroy. Yeah, most of you may not know who that is either unless you're an OG. I don't know who it is, and I am an OG. Shan was a succubus vampire. And John was a what was he? What was John again? Vampire.
Vampire Princess Sith Lord.
Vampirus Princess Sith Lord, I think.
Yep.
We had a good time. I'm not missing anybody, am I? I don't think so. I don't think. Am I?
Don't think so, unless you count the gnomes on your computer.
Gnomes on my computer. There's
in
gnomes.
your computer.
You're talking about?
Yeah, they're the ones that power the computer, man.
It's always gnomes.
It's always gnomes.
Fanboy and a try together.
in terms of what we've been doing for the past few months, nothing really.
We've been in a stasis of
Yeah,
sterility.
there's really not much that's happened that's of any real note. I don't think.
Nah,
My hard drive died.
no big game releases either, honestly.
Nope.
At least none that I care to talk about.
I don't think there's any that I care about really either. This time of year is kind of a dead zone, I feel like, for games and stuff. Like, well, I say that. I don't know when this video will be posted, per se, sometime around in November, obviously, which is not a dead zone, typically, for game releases. It's typically the time of year when games come out. I don't know why. I guess it's for Christmas reasons or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's anything interesting coming out this year, is there?
Well, in
Oh, yeah,
I
Sonic,
believe
right.
a few days. Yeah, there's Sonic and God of War coming out on the same day,
Well, that's,
which is going to be interesting.
yeah. I am probably not going to play either of those games. No offense to either of them. I don't own a PS anything, and Sonic.
This way, God of War's coming to Switch.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. It'll probably be on
Prob-
PC though.
No, it probably will be. They finally ported the original to PC. By the original, I mean the 2018 version, because yeah.
I don't think they'll ever port the actual original God of Wars to
Mm-mm.
PC. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say 100% that they'll never do it, but I don't feel
Yeah.
like it's very likely.
Yeah. Speaking of games, this week, the past few weeks, I've been really getting back into Undertale. I have no idea why. Finally finished my replay of it on my new PC because for some reason, the cloud didn't save my pacifist playthrough, so I had to do it again, which, still a good time, even a few years later. I think last time I played it was 2019.
Cool.
So, yeah, still a good time. Of course, replaying a story-based game always has its drawbacks because not much changes, especially with me because I will never do genocide. It's a objectively worse experience, but excuse me. But aside from the original Undertale, I've also been playing a lot of fan games, which a lot of them are in a stasis of never being completed, which means they're on indefinite hiatus. But the few that are going to be updated, like Delta Traveler. Delta Traveler is amazing, by the way. I would highly recommend playing that. And
I might put a link in the description to it if you got one.
Yeah, I probably will send you one. And TS Underswap. They are both completely free and available on Game Jolt. And highly recommend.
I've been
Really good for fan content.
I've been playing a few games recently, obviously. One of them being Cosmoteer, which, I don't remember when it released, but it wasn't that long ago. It's kind of been... Well, it's the game currently playing in the background, obviously. I'll put a link to it in the description as well. But it's kind of the game that's kind of caught my attention as of late. I told you, Michael, about how I got Subsistence recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. I don't know. I just don't really like some of the aspects of it. But other than that, really, I can't think of. Does it seem like I've been playing anything else recently that you're aware of?
Well, we played Stormworks together for a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did play that. Yes, I really like Stoneworks, but I will have to say, God, the game is both incredibly disappointing and incredibly fun at the same time. Like, I don't know. I've never like, this is gonna sound weird, but I've never had an experience quite like Stormworks in terms of, I'm playing a game that you really like, but you're also so incredibly disappointed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Have you ever had that happen to you?
Really enjoying something, but then being disappointed with it, or
Nah, like literally enjoying a game to an incredible degree. You love it. You would play it. You would still play it, but it also disappoints you immensely.
well, a game did just pop into my brain, but then it disappeared. But
Was it the Outer
I've had a
Wilds?
few. Uh,
Outer Worlds, rather.
Outer Worlds. That's just a game that I initially loved, but then grew disappointed in. The more
Yeah.
I tried to play it, sadly, it's one of my biggest letdowns of 2020. I think that's when that game came out.
Hell, I don't even remember.
2019, actually, I think. But
I,
anyway,
I've never played
big
it.
disappointment. I I would recommend it for a first time through, but if you're at all an inquisitive player and like look for side quests, you will find everything the first playthrough.
Oh,
There's nothing else in the game.
that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's kind of like what I did with Elden Ring. I kind of did literally everything you can do pretty much on my first
Yeah.
playthrough, and I haven't really played it since.
Yeah. Uh, Honestly, there's plenty of games I do that in, but I can replay constantly. Like Dark Souls 1, for instance. I love that game. It's one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. It's just that damn good. I, I don't know. It's probably just like the world that really draws me into that game. Outer Worlds just didn't really have much to offer me. Funny writing sometimes, but other than that, I don't know. Just couldn't keep me.
I like some of the characters. Well, I like one of the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, I think I know exactly.
I'll retract that statement. I like some of the characters indeed, not just Pavardi.
Yeah, Pavardi is like the best companion.
Like I've never
He's
played
like-
the game, but you know, I like her.
The dude who like the priest dude, he's okay. He was pretty funny when he went on a tirade. That's those two are like the only ones I can remember. Honestly, I remember. Oh god, there's one companion I hated. This, pardon my French, but this little shit bird.
Is she the
This
one
little-
that's like Tracer? She's
No,
not her.
No,
Okay.
no. It's the dude in the varsity jacket. I hated that guy so much. He's like a teenager or something. He's so annoying. God, I hated him.
I actually don't know about that character. I like, you know, I don't really know much about the game at all, honestly, but I pretty much only know about it from like you and Strategy saying like, oh wow, it was all right, you know, I don't fucking care.
Nah.
Kind of like the whole, you know, meh, it's a game, it's okay. I think it was also Charlatan Wonder. I watched like his perspective on it, and he was also kind of like, it's all right. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But coming back to the whole point of this whole conversation, I guess, like the reason why Stoneworks is that for me is because like the game is amazing. Like it's got one of the best like vehicle builders I have ever used in a game. Like you can pretty much build literally whatever kind of vehicle you want, and that's like my shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the development cycle of it, the developers per se, like I'm not gonna shit on the developers, I guess, per se. I've heard some shitty things about at least one of them, the guy who runs the company that runs the game. But they definitely do not have their priorities in the best state or whatever in order, you know what I mean? The game is a mess, as you know, Michael. Like, you effectively can't play on multiplayer in any reasonable way unless you're literally just driving a boat for fucking 2 hours in the middle of to the middle of nowhere. It's got 2 DLCs. Their premises are good, but their execution really lacks a lot to be, you know, like, desired. Anybody that's actually played Stormworks, like for especially like an extended period of time, like anybody that's got more than 100 hours in it, hell, anybody that's played multiplayer just with their friends knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I will say my biggest complaint, of course, is with the multiplayer, but it was mostly the latency just being so garbage.
Well, that's like literally only in the multiplayer. Like you only experience that issue when you're playing in multiplayer, because in single player it's not a problem. But the physics slowdowns and stuff like that, You remember we experienced some of that. That
Oh yeah.
is still a problem, even in single player, because it's like I don't know. I have no idea why. A lot of people. I've read stuff like on the forums and stuff where people are saying like, "Oh, this game, like if you got a multi-threaded CPU or whatever, it literally only uses one thread out of the whole thing or whatever." And I don't fucking know what any of that means. I just know that I'm disappointed.
Ah, gaming disappointments. Honestly, I don't think anything's gonna top the Outer Worlds for me, at least for a while. Because unless Metroid Prime 4 comes out and it's like a fucking battle royale shooter with like loot box shit, that's the only thing that'll top the Outer Worlds for me.
Trying to
Because
think if
people are
there's.
touting it as the Fallout killer and all that. Nah, no, it's not.
Trying to think of like what other games that I've played that like I'm not in the same vein obviously Stormworks where I play the shit out of it and I'm just disappointed mainly at the developers, but I actually played it and was disappointed when I played it or whatever. Honestly, I don't think that's happened to me as far as I'm aware. Mostly because like I have a very very specific taste in games.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the games I play probably wouldn't be considered conventionally fun for a lot of people, I guess. I don't
Very
know.
mechanical is how I describe them.
Yeah, like Space Engineers, Stoneworks, fucking this game, Vintage Story, stuff like that. Like games where like the whole point is it's hard, kind of, or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. I've never, yeah, again, I'll just reiterate what I said before. I don't think I've ever actually experienced a game that I've just been overtly disappointed in after I played it or whatever.
Yeah. Ah, man. Speaking of disappointments, not disappointments rather, but hope for a game being good on the opposite spectrum. I'm really hoping for Deltarune's next chapters to come out. Hopefully within the next year. That'd be really, really nice because I'm really looking forward to playing those. I don't know, man. Just Toby Fox just has a way of making games and stories that just really hook you.
Oh
At least
yeah,
for me.
he is whatever the fuck a lyricist is for video games.
Auteur may be the word, as in just a creator-driven work. I think that's what it is. A creator-driven work. That's what an auteur is. But yeah. Oh, speaking of creators, for those who care, Spoonie, Noah Antweiler seems to be getting back on his feet, and I could not be happier for the man.
Yeah, same really.
Did an interview with the dude who played the main character in Phantasmagoria 2, and he actually seemed happy, and I'm really happy for him.
One of the things I never really understood was like why so many people like hated Spoonie. Like, why? What was up? I don't even. I need to rewatch the Down the Rabbit Hole video, honestly, on him. Has he ever said anything about that, by the way? Because it's.
Nah.
Yeah, I wouldn't figure. He probably. I don't know if he would have actually seen it or not, anyway, or if he would even care. But it's a pretty good. I feel like Frederick Knudsen makes pretty good. What would you call them? Documentaries.
Deep dives, I'd say.
Yeah, deep dives on internet personalities and the like.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
His Wings of Redemption video is still probably my favorite. Just how in depth he goes with it. But back to Spoonie for a second. I think, like a lot of people, a lot of internet personalities in general, they love to put their head in the sand and act like videos like Frederick Knudsen's don't exist. Because, I mean, you don't have to buckle to every criticism people give you. That's a misconception I used to have back in the day. Like, oh, you gotta respond to every piece of criticism and give in to every demand. Nah. Just, if a lot of people in a room are giving you the stink eye, maybe you should look at what you're wearing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because there is a time where you should self-reflect. But anyway, I'm really hoping the trend continues for good old Spoonie.
Oh yeah, me too. Personally, I hope he gets back into making regular content, or whatever he feels is regular enough for him. He doesn't have to go out there and be all like, oh, I'm gonna make a video every fucking Saturday or whatever.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be fine with like a bi-monthly video.
Hell,
Kind of
like
what John Tron used to do.
so far, Spoonie has uploaded more shit than I have. I'm fairly certain in the last few months. Well, if you count live streams.
Yeah. Speaking of creativity and creating content, a thought occurred to me today while a shower thought, if you will. And I don't know, like it really stuck with me ever since my shower, and it's about creativity and how it evolves as you grow up. And I came up with a metaphor that I liked, and tooting my own horn here, but it's like creativity is like a well full of like rainbow magic of creativity. As a kid, the well's not too deep, It's like there's not a lot there. It's not very deep because you're a kid. You don't have a lot of understanding of the world or any experience with anything really. But there's so much there you can reach. Like children are insanely creative.
Yeah.
You remember all the wacky stuff you used to draw when you were a kid?
Oh yeah. I still have
So
some of
much
those
fun.
notebooks actually.
Nice. I really wish I had my fan fiction notebook from middle school. God, I wanted that so bad. But a lot of great stuff in there, I'm sure. But anyway, the older you get, the deeper the well gets, and the harder it sometimes is to reach the water, the rainbow water of creativity. And I don't know. Like, people don't lose their spark for creativity, I feel, but like the harder it gets to reach the spark, the more people just kind of give up on it,
Yeah.
Really difficult. Like, I'm an ideas guy, I'll fully admit that. I have so many Google Docs of story ideas and ideas for books and stuff that I, at most, write a chapter or two for. Others, I just write a synopsis for. So I'm like, hey, this is a really good idea. And I never expand on it because I get distracted by the next thing, Like
Yeah.
that character in Jimmy Neutron. I can't remember his name, but I empathize so much with that character back in the day.
Jimmy
And
Neutron?
now even.
Like,
Yeah, there's like some professor on there who can't finish anything.
oh, I thought you meant Jimmy Neutron himself.
Nah. I empathize with the nerd. Nah. But, yeah. Just, I feel like another thing with creativity is, your inner critic is the worst critic you'll ever have. Because they will not shut the fuck up, no matter what you do.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tune them out, though. Like, you just have to grit your teeth if you have to, and just write that next paragraph, write that next sentence, record that next line, draw that next line, yada yada.
One of the things I've realized that I have a problem with, at least somewhat recently that I've discovered that I have a problem with, is if I'm like working on something or whatever, and like it's literally only like a first draft or whatever, and I make like a spelling mistake, I'll literally stop my train of thought just to fix it. When that is totally not even remotely necessary. Like, just get it down and then fix it later. That's really, really more important than, fixing the mistakes. There's no point in fixing mistakes as you're going along, at least when it comes to writing shit. You, like, go back and fix it after, your first draft or whatever.
Funny thing, that's exactly what I do, too. I'll always go back and fix spelling mistakes, grammar errors, and it just drains me mentally. Like, I don't make a whole lot of mistakes, but the ones I do make are like, that's a blister.
Lately, I've actually been, stopping myself from that. Like, by lately, I mean literally very lately. Like I told you, I've been working on that, like, system thing that I plan on using or whatever at some point. I was working on it, and I was like, oh, shit, I spelled whatever wrong, and I was like, what the fuck ever, it doesn't fucking matter, I'll fix it later.
Yeah, it's really good to just keep pushing on, because if you keep stopping, it's gonna weigh on your brain. I've heard it described as by someone online. I can't remember who exactly, but someone said it's best to barf all over the page and then clean it up afterward into something more presentable. Treat it like a carpet on a weekend party with everybody drunk.
Oh God.
Clean up the vomit afterward. Just don't bother right now. If
Yeah.
someone slips and falls, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, boy. Eh. But, flexing my brain right now. I feel like I was gonna go somewhere with that.
I don't
Subway
remember what
speaking
we got
alone.
here, honestly.
Yeah, just about the creative process in general, really. It's a very rocky road, no pun intended.
Yes.
Oh, D&D. Speaking of D&D and RPGs and the like, I was actually making a character earlier. I didn't roll their stats or anything, but I made a dwarf druid that I might play sometime.
Cool.
His name is Milky because he's got bleach white hair and a long bleach white beard. Of course, that's an alias, but yeah.
I haven't.
Give me a character.
I don't think I've made a D&D character in a while.
Yeah.
I think the last D&D character I made, like, to play, was probably, well, if you count one-shots, it's the one that I made for Nick's Halloween thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you don't count that, then I don't even know. I don't remember. I
Probably
haven't,
Angel.
yeah, probably Angel, honestly, yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, I like to make a lot of characters and then never play them. Like a lot of players of D&D, I imagine.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's kind of a common occurrence, at least with a lot of D&D players and stuff. Kind of like how DMs typically come up with a whole bunch of shit that they'll probably never use either.
Yeah.
Like, I know I do that. Like homebrew systems and shit that like literally never get used, like almost ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, I keep saying speaking of. That's my nice segue. But on the subject of D&D characters, one thing I love to do, that's a common thing with all of my characters, is my escapist fantasy, like when I can do whatever I want, is to just be there for somebody, you know? Like, you notice how many characters I have that are therapist almost for your characters, Rocky?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Like, a lot of people like to play D&D and just be the hero and all that stuff, but for me, I just like being the Samwise Gamgee.
I don't know what the
Being
fuck
the
I want to
support.
be. Something
Well, you want to maybe be a cannibal.
to some extent. Yes. I don't know why so many of them eat other sentient beings or have tendencies of mentioning it. No clue as to why that is.
It's really funny though.
Yeah, it is. It's almost always really funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's horrible if you think about it, but you know, we just don't think about it.
Yeah, we don't think about it. We let that rest. Oh man, it's Chabo will of course always be a living legend, even
yeah.
if he dies in the next session.
He shouldn't. I'm fairly certain he
Shouldn't.
should be fine.
We're probably in the clear in Star Wars. I say that now, but we'll see. I think the next session is actually tomorrow. Yeah.
Pretty sure it is, yeah.
Hopefully these aren't famous last words.
Yeah, really.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is literally the sunset of the game.
Mm-hmm. Cleared the final stage.
Yep.
But yeah, honestly, reflecting back on all Star Wars, like, it's been a really, really fun journey. Probably one of the best campaigns I've ever played through.
Oh yeah, same really. I was skeptical at first because, I'm not really a big Star Wars guy or whatever. Nothing against the series or anything. It's just I don't know. I don't really care for space magic or whatever. But it's kind of funny whenever it came down to it. I became a Force user as well. So
Yeah, after consuming a Sith.
see, cannibalism isn't all bad. Well, not cannibalism. Whatever it is when you eat a sentient being isn't all bad. Sometimes you'll gain magic powers with it. Granted, you'll be haunted by that evil Sith for the rest of your life probably, but just feed off the hatred that he is emanating.
Always a good time, Star Wars says.
I feel like Chaba is kind of like the Yoda of the group. Can you see what I mean? He's not Yoda per se, because Yoda would be considered what, chaotic good or something, probably along those lines.
I would definitely say lawful good.
Lawful good, fair enough.
Yeah.
Chaba's definitely the chaotic neutral, borderline chaotic evil version of that.
Mm-hmm.
So and he's short, so
That's like the only comparison.
he has a funny voice.
Force users and they're short.
He has a funny voice.
A Boston accent.
And he does things that nobody else can really explain.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I've loved playing Blumbles, it'll be good to see him ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Just a final farewell to everyone. But I will have to say, the main highlight of the game for me has always been Bortuna.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bortuna is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I won't mention his real name just in case he cares. But
I think we already
the
did.
Usual. Well, we already did. Well, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, we
Cody.
already said Cody earlier whenever we were talking about our Halloween costumes.
Well, dang. Okay then. Cody.
Link to his
played-
stream in the description. He streams
Yeah.
almost every day. He streams a lot. Jack
Yes,
3
and
speedrunner, doing damn good. I think he holds
He's
up.
a fantastic Jack 3 speedrunner.
Indeed.
And he also made the intro for us.
Yes.
Very talented individual.
Unlike John, who hasn't done anything for us. He's never gonna see this. Who fucking cares?
You put this up and 30 minutes in, whenever this part comes in, you just get a message saying, fuck you.
Yeah, I hope I do. I really do. That'd be funny.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
What were we talking about?
Star Wars.
Right, yeah, Star Wars, yeah.
And how fantastic Fortuna is.
Oh, yeah. And we can't discount our amazing DM Cypress either, because he's been holding this ramshackle fucking crazy ass. I don't even know how to explain our group. But a mess. We're a mess. That's probably the easiest way to explain it. For so long. So long. It's been how long? How long have we been playing Star Wars for?
I think ever since February of 2021?
Was it
February or
2021 or
March?
2020? Because I don't think I
2021,
lived
I'm pretty
here.
certain.
I don't think I lived in this house when we first started.
I believe it was March, because I remember helping you move in February of 2021. So we definitely started in March, I believe. We'd have to confirm with our DM for sure, but
It was only like a little bit before we started recording the sessions, so
yeah. Also, we should probably give a link to Cypress's channel, our DM who
Oh, yeah.
records some of our sessions.
hang on, I gotta get like a note card or something to write down all these things I have to link in the description. Let's
So you
see.
gotta link the Game Jolt pages for Delta and all that stuff. We'll clear
Wait, I
that
haven't
up.
got the notepad yet. Fuck, I dropped my pen, son of a bitch. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see. Game Jolt. I love how I'm doing this now, during the podcast.
Only the most professional of timing.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Alright, that's the Game Jolt thing. Was I got
Cody's live stream.
Cody's. Cypress.
And then Cypress's channel.
We know Cypress's real name, but we knew him as Cypress first, so that's why we call him that.
Yeah.
Also,
he'll
we
forever
have
go under that handle.
we have another friend that has the same name as him, and it gets really confusing. I mean, we know who we're talking about whenever we talk about either of them, but you know. Let's see. I was also gonna link. I think I was gonna link Cosmoteer in the description.
I think you were.
Was there anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'll keep that out just in case I end up having to link like 5 or 6 other things.
Let's see. I think you're going to be doing Power Core after Star Wars, aren't you?
Yeah, Power Core will take place after Star Wars. As well, I will be running a one-shot that is sort of the intro to Power Core. Soon, is in the 13th. Hopefully Nick will be able to join us for that.
Is this going to be...
It's the fight.
Oh, yeah, it's the fight. Yeah, okay. Wanted to be sure. Prologue to set everything up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Creativity, Star Wars. I started my own little game. I haven't done a session on it since September. But Green Glade. It's a nice little homey game. Very relaxing village experience. Really want to do the next session sometime, but schedules have been rough and people have been busy. So
mainly mine.
Mainly yours. But yeah, speaking of homey D&D, I love using that segue. Have you ever heard of the new campaign setting called Humblewood?
Yeah.
I'm actually really interested in it. It's very cutesy and stuff, but
got owl people in it.
So much. It's got owl people.
Fucking love that.
What more could you ask for? I also think it's got mouse people too.
I think it does, yeah.
Which is really, really nice. I've wanted mouse folk for so long. Because they're really, really nice. It's got a Kickstarter. We're not gonna link to that because they have over $1 million already. They only asked for 20,000 at the start. Holy crap!
Isn't Humblewood's Kickstarter already like completed?
I believe so. So yeah, we have no need to link to it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's completed. I don't see any new things. Yeah. Woo! Congrats, Humblewood. Boy. Racking my brain. Segue.
Other D&D games maybe we should talk about? I don't have a clue, really.
I don't think we've done much else for D&D. Like we've been...
Well, we did do a few things during the time we didn't exist.
Yeah.
We played a module that Nick ran, Icefire Peak. It was really fun. We never really officially completed it, but, you know.
I really hope we get to, so I really want to finish Icefire. I really loved our character dynamics in that.
Yeah, I feel like the characters we created for Icefire were like the best ones we've ever made. I'll say, though, honestly, I would rather... personally,
time skip.
Yeah, I'd rather just do a time skip, and if Nick initially said that he would like to just run a campaign off of Icefire, I think. Honestly, I would personally rather just go with that as opposed to just continuing. Well, I mean, we could. I don't want to just finish the thing. Is basically what I'm saying. If we're just coming back to finish it, then I would rather just not. You know, personally.
Yeah.
Because
honestly,
at this point, too much time has already passed.
Yeah, honestly, because the steam has died down for it.
Significantly.
The last combat encounter was really fun, though.
Yeah, it was. It was great. Like, I really liked Icefire. It was probably, like, Obviously, Ellipsa will forever be my favorite character. But I'll be real with you. I think Icespire might be my favorite campaign that Nick ran.
Mm.
I really like the way Revenant was. I will say that. But I feel like Icespire is kind of like Revenant's evolution, so to speak.
Yeah. So we hit our stride.
Yeah. And I like the characters for uh, Dark Matter, but
Mm-hmm.
not as much as I do for Icespire. I for everyone's information here, watching the podcast, the character that my profile picture currently is actually my character from Dark Matter. He is a harpy called Angel, and he's very fucking sad, and I regret making him personally.
I play a blob of orange happiness.
Yep, a blob of orange happiness that suffocated a man to unconsciousness in the first session.
While singing a lullaby.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a special brand of sociopathic humor.
Yeah.
Oh God! At least he didn't die. Well, he died afterward, after being executed by those people, probably. But I didn't kill him, so I'm free, free of the blame. But yeah, going back to Icespire real quick. I really liked playing Alcoa. I was playing a paladin flavored cleric, but also there's not much separating those two in terms of flavor. But I really loved playing Alcoa. He's a good boy, but he does have reservations about being a good boy sometimes, and issues with his father in particular. But yeah, honestly, if we go back to Icespire, I feel like we should just start a whole new game with that. And a good idea for that would be we write an epilogue or something, like maybe a paragraph of what happened after Icespire, and we could just start from there. I feel like that'd be a good idea. Like, oh, our characters went on to do this or this. Or
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be a good idea because Nick usually likes us to write stuff down for our characters. That's just me, though. Yeah, do you have any ideas for, gosh, her name escapes me right now.
Domino?
Domino, thank you.
Well, you mean like for an epilogue or for like if the campaign were to
Yeah.
continue?
Yeah, what would she do after Icespire, actually?
Like,
After the dragon is slayed?
um, context being we're planning on continuing or not.
Yeah, planning on continuing.
If planning on continuing, Domino would probably look into ways to either end the curse on probably end the curse on Thomas first. And if there doesn't seem to be a way to do that, which I kind of feel like there will probably be a way to do that, but I don't know. End the curse on herself, because both of the characters, both mine and Shan's characters in the game, they're together obviously, and they both are cursed. Domino is cursed to not be able to have children, and Thomas, which is Shan's character, has a demon possessing his body, and the demon is passed down to I think it's the firstborn child of his family, every generation or something like that. Yeah, so one, Domino would not want her child to be possessed by a demon, and two, she wants to have children. So both of these curses need to be fixed before any of that can occur.
Yeah.
Shan has also informed me that he's the first male in his family to ever be cursed. Also, his mom's hot.
Nice. Yes, she is. But yeah, I think for Alcoa, the big part of Alcoa's character for this game has been getting over the hatred and resentment he's had for his father. And I feel like his last big heroic speech was a good jumping off point for finally getting over his resentment of his dear father. But I feel like afterward he would probably stay. He'd probably want to help Domino and them, But the first thing he'd want to do is stay back and help rebuild Phandalin after the attack, like make sure they're up and armed and all that.
Yeah. You see, that's
Renew
when
hope.
I feel like Domino and Thomas, they have a long, long time to fix their problems, you know?
Yeah.
They're both basically elves. They're gonna live for like at least 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they can afford to stick around a while and help people. That's certainly something Domino would want to do as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before making Alcoa, I really wanted to play a priest of Lathander, and really happy I got the chance because Alcoa is probably one of my favorite characters as well.
Lathander number
Good boy.
1, Dendar number 4.
Yes. Ah.
Dendar's the night serpent, by the way.
Ooh. Dastardly villain.
The one who swallows the sun.
Oh yeah, dastardly villain.
Yeah.
Can't be allowed to live. On the subject of our of Alcoa, I suppose, you've probably noticed my penchant for writing dramatic speeches for my characters.
Yep.
I don't know. I love that. It just when I think of an inspiring speech, I just like get shonen brain. Like, yes, I love this shit. I love writing dramatic, inspiring speeches. It just makes me feel alive when I do it. I like to think I sell the spirit of it.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I can read it pretty well.
Yeah. You definitely give off the enthusiasm whenever you're going with it. I honestly kind of wish that we had a recording of that.
Honestly, yeah.
Like I know others don't particularly like to be recorded when it comes to D&D, and that's understandable, but I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've
I
done
don't
some
mind either.
I've done some fucking fucked up shit, and I want it to be recorded so I can live it out again. Damn it! And you know, the eating of the Sith, I'm fairly certain, and it wasn't just a normal Sith. He was a fucking Inquisitor.
Mhm.
That was recorded, and I'm so happy because that means I can relive it pretty much.
It was amazing
It
all
was
the way
amazing.
through.
How the Sith? He only lived for like 2 rounds, I think, didn't he? Something like that.
Something like that. He sadly cut me down because I rolled terrible on my lightsaber check, but he was cut down pretty fast.
Well, I think you hit him, didn't you?
Nah.
You didn't hit him? Damn! What the fuck did we do? I thought you were the one that like took him to like half his health.
Nah, I think it was just a bunch of blaster shots you guys did.
Yeah, true. I basically had like a nuclear weapon in my hands.
I still can't get out of my head the image that that Cypress painted of like he was like running. I think he was running after to get Arden because Arden had just shot at him and ran away, and Blumbles had used the Force to hold him in place. And I just still have in my head the look of shock, like not like shock as in horror, like shock as in the audacity of this bitch. He turned to look at the Wookiee who was holding him in with the Force.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like he just outed himself as someone who needs to be exterminated.
Like, bitch, I can't fucking believe you right now. Didn't he also shoot Arden like in the ass or something? Arden had an ass injury from what I can recall.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
I feel like that entire session could have been like summed up in like reaction memes. The first one probably being like the Frenchman popping out of a sewer hole and saying bonjour because we popped out of a wall hole. The next one being fuck, I don't know. What's a good one for the Inquisitors showing up and like fucking us all over? I don't know, maybe the finger guy from fucking Breaking Bad, yeah. Walt, I don't know, I'm here to kill you or something. Well, I don't fucking know. But yeah, just imagine, the Inquisitor is that guy.
Wookie. Put your force away, Wookie. I'm gonna have to kill you now, Wookie.
Exactly that. Oh fuck.
God, I love that meme.
It's great. It's a great meme. John would definitely be, or Arden rather, would definitely be that that like gif of Patrick running with his pants down and falling
Yeah.
I think he was in like a medical robe too at the time because he like I don't remember. We got fucked up before that or something. I don't even remember. I think Arden was hurt. We were all hurt or something. I don't remember. What happened?
Yeah.
Was that after we ran into Darth Vader?
I don't think so, actually.
I legitimately
No.
can't remember.
It wasn't, because that's where I got my spin saber from. And I had it from, I had it when we were going against Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's right. What the fuck was that? Was that whenever we like right after we landed? Landed. I say crashed the ship.
I believe it was.
Wow. And we were some of us were still pretty fucked up from that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, good times all around.
Oh yeah.
I will miss Star Wars, but like I said, it's good to send our characters off in a way they deserve, if not being blown up spectacularly. Because honestly, we may deserve to die for what we've done.
Dude, I tried so many times to get Chaba to die in a blaze of glory.
But he was saved every single time.
Yeah, except for that
If
one
not
time.
my luck, then by someone else.
Oh yeah, dude, Chaba, he couldn't be hit to fucking like I don't know. I legitimately don't know if Cypress has bad luck, if I have ludicrously good luck, or if Cypress was cheating. But Chaba was nearly immortal, and for no other reason than nobody could hit him for that entire game.
Ah, man. Amazing. Like, we've had ridiculous luck in Star Wars. Like, it's absurd, really.
Oh
how
yeah.
lucky we've gotten. Again, watch our recordings. They're amazing.
Oh yeah. I kind of wish that there was like a highlight video that we had.
Yeah, it'd be good if someone made a highlight video of all the best moments.
Yeah, I think the only one that could do that though would be Cypress, and
Yeah.
I don't know about him, but that'd be a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, you'd have to watch every recording and then be like, ah, that was funny. Cut it out. But yeah. I wonder what next Cypress will have if he decides to run the game, which he said after Star Wars he's going to take a break, which understandable because he has a lot to work on.
Yeah.
Heck, I'd be down for Cyberpunk, Vampire the Masquerade, Call of Cthulhu, anything really.
Yeah, honestly, I'm down for about anything too. Really, I'm a big fan of just plain old D&D too, mainly.
Yeah,
But
me
you know,
too.
I'm good with whatever. Like it's my mainstay. Like 5th edition D&D is just my thing.
Mm-hmm. Can't go wrong with D&D. One thing that I saw people doing when Edge Runners came out. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we watched Edge Runners and cried. I did anyway. Go watch it. It's amazing if you haven't already.
Yes, go watch Edge Runners. It is amazing.
Yes. Available on Netflix, 10 episodes. Watch it.
Also available on various pirating sites, I'm sure.
Wink, wink.
Yes.
But someone posted on, I believe it was a homebrew subreddit of Cyberpunk but 5th edition compatible, and a lot of people were like, why don't you just play Cyberpunk Red? It's literally a system with Cyberpunk in mind.
Well, like
know.
that's like that's the thing. Like, it's hard to get people into things, and also it's like, hey, bro, like maybe we don't want to pay $40 for something we may not like.
Yeah.
When you could just literally take something you already have, 5th edition, which is an easy system to use, and just kind of ramshackle it into Cyberpunk or whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. But speaking of Cyberpunk, every copy of Cyberpunk 2077 on PC in the game files comes with a free copy of Cyberpunk 2020, the
Yep.
RPG game.
Yep. It's really cool, and I'm really glad they did that. I'm not too surprised that they did it because it's not really like The game. How old is Cyberpunk 2020? It's old, right?
It was like 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, so it's old, but yeah, that's still really cool to me personally.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that, and I'm glad they did. Could have just said, "Hey, we'll pair it in the Game of the Year edition."
I'm so glad they didn't do it like that.
Yeah, me too. That's like what EA would have done.
Yeah.
Monthly reminder to say fuck EA.
Yep. Fuck EA. Fuck Elon Musk. You know, pretty much fuck every
Blizzard.
big corporation, honestly.
Yes.
Especially Blizzard. Like, fuck
Especially
Blizzard hardcore. Well, we're reaching the almost end of our show here. We only got about 5 minutes left. So is there anything you want to talk about in the last 5 minutes of the show?
Let's see. Rack my brain. It's a pain.
We may have more...
Kentucky.
Sorry, what?
Nah, I was just rambling. You can go on.
We may actually have some more guests next episode as well. Next episode may also be the episode where we conclude the DM questions, but it really depends on if we can get all the DMs
in the call.
Yeah, in the call to do so, because, you know, they have their own shit. Like Nick's in uni, Cypress is like, you know, fighting alligators every day.
Yeah.
I frequently just cease to exist.
I am the only constant.
Michael's gay.
Half gay, but yes.
Well, you know, give them an inch and they'll take you a mile, they say.
Give them an inch and they'll ask for more.
Bazinga. But yeah, I don't know when the next episode will be. We'll try to, like, I don't know, when do you think we should try to have it out? What was the original schedule? Did we have a schedule? I don't fucking remember.
Next week.
That's too soon. Next week's only like 3 days away.
I think every 2 weeks would be fine.
At least once a month.
Once a month.
If we can pump out another one before then, you know, who knows. But the next one, I won't give a guarantee that it'll be the follow-up to the DM one. It may just be us shooting the shit with some other people maybe, or just us again. Who knows? But, whoops, that's the wrong button pair. There we go. What was my end recording button? Oh, I think it's page down, yeah. Anyway, you have anything to say before we leave, Michael?
Brush your teeth, hug your grandma, or hug your mother.
Hug
But
somebody.
if they're jerks to you, don't do that. Just
Hug
be
somebody
happy
you
with
love.
yourself. Yeah, hug somebody you love. Be nice to everyone. Kindness is free. Don't be afraid to share it. And just have a great day in whatever other time zone you're in.
Lasagna's better than turkey. Make lasagna on Thanksgiving instead of turkey. That is my contribution to this.